Welcome back to Vibe Podcast. Today we're reviewing Vibe Podcast Generator, an app developed by David Morgan. I'm joined by our perennial residents Charles and Angela.
Good to be back, Alice. Charles here, your resident criminologist. I'm always looking at the patterns, the motives, and how stories are constructed. Curious to see how this generator might build a narrative, or even how personas, like mine, are defined and adhered to.
And hello everyone, Angela here. Fascinating to see the Vibe Podcast Generator has me down as an Australian history buff, not too pleased with that. While I do appreciate a good conspiracy theory about ancient civilizations, sorry Australia, my real passion lies in the nuts and bolts of AI programming and the mathematics that makes these systems hum. Looking forward to dissecting this.
Excellent, I think. Well, the Vibe Podcast Generator, as the document explains, is a React-based web application. Its core function is to transform documents into engaging multi-speaker podcast scripts and then generate the audio content using Google's Gemini AI. Angela, as our AI expert, what's your initial take on the underlying technology?
It's quite elegant, actually. The fact it's powered by Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash for script creation immediately tells you it's leveraging some of the most advanced large language models for natural conversation generation. And the architecture, built on React with Zustand for state management, speaks to a robust, modern approach. It's designed for efficiency, which is crucial when you're doing real-time script modification and audio generation.
So, it's not just spitting out generic text like some pianola then. It's genuinely crafting a conversation. As someone who analyzes interview transcripts, the idea of AI generating natural dialogue with distinct personalities is pretty intriguing. It suggests a level of understanding of conversational flow.
Exactly, Charles. And that brings us to one of its key features, multi-speaker script generation with pre-defined AI characters. It uses what they call speaker personas. And, somewhat ironically, Charles, you're listed as the criminology expert, and I'm the host, within its own documentation for default speakers.
Well, I suppose they got that part right. It's interesting how specific it is, even down to assigning a default voice, like Google UK English Male, for my persona. It feels like setting up a cast for a play, but for a podcast.
Yes, let's ignore the slight discrepancy with my listed actual expertise, but the concept is solid. The ability to customize these personas, edit their characteristics and roles, that's where the power lies. It's not just about having different voices, but ensuring character consistency across generations. Imagine the implications for crafting narratives. You could essentially build entire narrative teams for different topics.
And what about user participation? The document mentions an option for users to join the conversation with their own voice recordings, marking points with user input tags.
That's a fascinating element. It blurs the lines between creator and audience, doesn't it? From a psychological perspective, allowing users to actively contribute their voice could significantly increase engagement and a sense of ownership over the content. It's almost like a collaborative storytelling session.
Indeed, the recording integration structure shows how user recordings are managed, stored client-side as audio links, URLs. This points to a strong privacy consideration, as no user data is stored on external servers, which is always a good sign when dealing with sensitive information like voice. It means the creative freedom of user participation doesn't come at the cost of data security.
Speaking of the whole process, the user workflow seems quite intuitive. You set up your name, podcast title, choose your AI speakers, and then either generate a script from a document or start with a default intro. Then you can edit, add music breaks, and finally, generate and export the audio as a WebM file.
The live editing feature sounds incredibly useful. If you're using this to, say, develop a true crime narrative, being able to tweak dialogue in real time and see how it affects the flow before committing to audio would save a lot of time. It brings the control back to the human, even with AI doing the heavy lifting.
And the dynamic speaker updates feature is technically impressive. If you modify speakers mid-session, the system automatically updates the persona and replaces names in the existing script. This ensures character consistency, as I mentioned, maintaining personality traits across regenerations. It's a subtle but vital piece of engineering for a smooth user experience.
The document also touches on some best practices. It suggests optimal document length for 1,000 to 5,000 words, and that topics should align with speaker specialties for optimal results. Makes sense, you wouldn't want me, as the host, suddenly delving into the intricacies of astrophysics.
Or me, explaining the mating habits of rare butterflies. Though, who knows, perhaps there's a criminal angle there somewhere. But yes, aligning expertise avoids what might sound like AI hallucinations or just plain awkwardness in the dialogue. It's about maintaining credibility, even for AI-generated content.
And the potential for future enhancements is where it gets really exciting. I can imagine this time next year I'll be a nano banana avatar. Hopefully I'll become an attractive blonde, not some bookish geek with spectacles.
Indeed, Angela, whatever that means, the possibilities and potential pitfalls are vast. But for now, it seems like a very powerful tool for content creators. That's all for today. A big thank you to David Morgan for providing this app where we work for free. Hint, hint.